My manipulative husband kept on giving toxic ultimatums after we got married, saying if I didn't walk the dog and do the dishes he would divorce me. So I called him bluff and now he's begging to get remarried. My husband and I have been together for 2 years total. We met in high school, and I had a huge crush on him, so I asked him out. One thing though is while we were still in the talking stage, she would play lots of games, and act really petty sometimes. He would do small things like looking at other girls' instas while in front of me, but when we started dating all of those games stopped and I felt really good about our relationship. After we both graduated I got pregnant, and because he comes from a religious family we decided to keep the baby. I also asked him to be my husband and he accepted. During our honeymoon is where a lot of things started to go wrong. We got into a huge fight over me still keeping in contact with my boy best friend from high school. He never really got along with him. This led to a huge conflict and we didn't talk for 2 days even though we were on our honeymoon. That's when he came up to me crying and gave me an ultimatum. He said that either I would choose between him or my boy best friend. My husband told me that he made him feel insecure and he didn't want me texting other men. Obviously without a second doubt I blocked his number and reassured my husband that I only had feelings for him, but that he also didn't need to make a big deal out of these types. When we moved in together to our new apartment after we got married, I noticed that my husband started to get a bit more lazy with a lot of things in his life. He started doing less chores around the house and was always asking me to do them, even though in the relationship I was the one that was working a job while he went to university to get his degree in environmental science. He also gained a bit of weight and started putting in less effort to his appearance when we would go out. These were all minor things, so I never brought them up, as to not make him feel bad or anything. One time I came home super tired from work and noticed that my husband was slightly sick. I made him some tea and soup. But he refused to drink the tea because it wasn't the specific type of mint tea that he wanted. He started to throw a fit about it and demanded that I go get him the specific type of mint tea that he wanted. I told him that because I already made him chamomile tea and that the nearest convenience store that would open at this time of night was miles away, I wouldn't get him mint tea. He seemed visibly very upset about this and gave me another ultimatum, said that if I didn't get his the mint tea then he would divorce me. So in the middle of the night I decided to go, and after an hour I returned with what he wanted. By then he was asleep and the next morning he said that he didn't remember saying any of that. Things cooled down for a while, but after that he decided to hit me with another ultimatum. We were at a family function, his side of the family, and I got into a huge argument with his sister regarding religion. She said that people that were roped or in war-torn countries were loved by God, but God deemed them worthy of that type of punishment. I told her that what she was saying was ridiculous and that she can stick her God deeming superiority where the sun doesn't shine, and I knew that I was being a bit harsh, but for some reason religious nutcases just enraged me. My husband found out about this argument and it caused tension between us the whole car ride back. At home he finally said that I needed to go apologize to his sister and say that I was wrong or else he was going to divorce me. I told him that I would apologize, but he had to stop giving ultimatums. He gave a lengthy explanation to why that wasn't an ultimatum and just basic respect, but that made no sense. I apologized to his sister distastefully, but my husband's demands didn't stop. He soon started giving me ultimatums on almost everything. I repeatedly asked him to stop, but I wasn't willing to potentially break up over small things. But that's when I finally broke. One day I got home incredibly tired from work and my husband said he was studying for an exam, and demanded that I take the dog out for the walk, then came back and do the dishes. I told him that I would do them tomorrow and he got mad because it was stressing him out more and that he already had a test. I countered and said no. I knew what he was about to do and I was not in the mood. He gave me the ultimatum and said that if I didn't do that then he would divorce me and would take our child. I told him fine and left to go stay at my friend's house. I think he thought I was joking, but I honestly didn't care. That next morning my phone had millions of missed calls and my husband and his family were non-stop texting me things. His mom called and she angrily demanded that I meet up with her to talk woman to woman. Because I'm not a wimp, I'm going to go tell her the situation.